SBMS, I have some great news for you today. Our superintendent, Dr. Kincannon, and our principal, Mrs. Becker, have gotten together and decided that you get to take your iPads home over spring break. Okay, so let me go over a few things. This is a really great opportunity for y'all to show everybody how responsible you are. If you get to take your iPad home over spring break, that means you're going to have to be extra especially responsible for it. And we're going to go over what a few of those things are. Alright, the first thing you need to think about when you're going on vacation with your iPad over spring break is keep track of it. Keep track of it. Know where it is all the time. If you're going to travel with family, you need to be sure that you know where it is. If you're staying with friends or family, know where it is and who has access to it. This is very important because when you travel to other locations, if the iPad gets lost, it's even harder to find. Because remember, if you lose your iPad, you have to file a police report. And if you're in another city, you'll have to file a police report with that city, which means you might have to hang around there a little longer. It's not going to be fun for your vacation. Number 2, keep your iPad charged. If you're going to travel, go ahead and take your charger with you. But here's the big thing. If your charger goes with you, you need to be sure every place you go that when you leave that place, you have your charger with you. Because if you lose your charger, it's $30 to replace it. And on that note, some of you may have already lost your charger because you carry it around with you instead of leaving it at home. If you already know that your charger is missing, you need to start saving up to replace it. They sell them for $30 at Walmart. Number 3, the third thing you need to think about when you're on spring break is you need to keep your iPad covered. That OtterBox needs to stay on it all the time. Just because you're not at school doesn't mean you get to carry the iPad around without a cover, and there's a reason for this. The iPad is very easy to break outside of the cover, so keep it in there. And be sure that you have your lid on the iPad when you're moving around. That way the screen doesn't get broken. Would you like to set up tracking on your iPad? Well, it's actually pretty easy. What you do is go to the Settings button and look in the left-hand column for Mail, Contacts, and Calendars. You will see an iCloud account. If not, add an iCloud account. Here's what's really important. The school provided you with an Apple ID. Do not use it. You need to have your own Apple ID when you do this, because everyone knows the password to your school Apple ID and you don't want to use that account. Once you have your own Apple ID, touch OK. You want to allow iCloud to find your iPad, and this is where it also gets important. You want to turn everything off. Everything except for the very bottom where it says Find My iPad. So off, 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 and at the bottom, turn Find My iPad on. This will allow you to track your iPad on the internet. One more thing you need to do to make sure that it works right. Once iCloud is set up, go to Location Services in the left-hand column of the General tab and make sure that Location Services is turned on, or the Find My iPad app won't work properly. And make sure the Find My iPad is on. So let's see what that looks like. Now that you have the Find My iPad set up on your iPad, go to www.icloud.com. This is going to take you to the website where you can track your iPad. So you type in your Apple ID, whether it's your own personal account or the one you set up, and type in your password. Once you do this, it's going to give you the option to go to the Find My iPhone app on your computer. Click that, and it is going to locate exactly where your iPad is. You can see that right now I just happen to be at South Belton Middle School, and it even put me in the right area of South Belton Middle School. It's pretty good, pretty accurate. Another thing you can do is touch the little eye next to your device, and you can tell it to remote lock. And you can enter a message, and it will play that message, and it will help you find your iPad if you lose it. So I'm going to tell it that there is a reward if someone finds my iPad and a phone number for them to call to get there, and I'm going to hit send. Now my iPad is playing that chime and the message, reward if found, call the school phone number. And this can help you recover an iPad if you lose it. Not only will you tell it where it is, but you can tell whoever finds it how to get a hold of you. All right, South Belton, remember, you're being given a great opportunity here to show everybody how responsible you are. Keep that iPad on you, keep it covered, and keep it charged. And we'll see you after spring break.